how she has managed to keep such a low profile and keep the baby boy, Louis Bardo Bullock, a secret has mystified thousands of people. Straight out to Mark Malkin, E-Online columnist. Mark, thank you for being with us. First of all, let's talk about the baby. Apparently, she's had the baby since January. So is she adopting it, or is she adopting the baby boy along with Jesse James?
Sandy Bullock is saying that she is adopting this baby as a single parent. Of course, they originally planned to adopt the baby together, but she also says that she has seen Jesse as a father, and he's a good father, and maybe one day he will be a part of this baby's life in some fashion.
Well, that's certainly leaving the door just cracked. To David Kaplan, special guest joining us, senior editor, People magazine. That's some cover you got, David Kaplan.
It's a showstopper, I gotta admit. It was difficult to keep it under tight wrap.
Yeah, and that's another thing, how People magazine kept that a secret and nobody finding out till it hits the newsstands. Go ahead, hit me, David. Tell me everything. I want to start with the divorce.
All right, so there's two things here. Sandra has filed for divorce. She filed on April 23rd in Austin, Texas, where she is a resident. And she actually filed under her initials backward. Her full name is Sandra Annette Bullock, so it was, B-A-S. And she has said, though, unfortunately, in the thing that the reason they're splitting is because it's, quote, sort of unsupportable. Another interesting thing in these documents is that they say that there are no children under the age of 18 who require support or anything, nor do they expect it to. So that sort of closes the door really on any custody battles. And as well, it also is in the divorce papers that they may enter into private agreement to discuss the separation of their estate and so forth.
We are taking your calls live out to Elizabeth in Texas. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, Nancy. My mother and I, we love your show. Linda of Lake Creek loves you, and we've been praying for your father.
Thank you. He's home from the hospital, and he's alive. That's the breaking news.
That's great news, and it's wonderful you're covering a story on a new baby. I'd like to know if that baby's going to carry Jesse's last name and what parental rights. And I wish, in the state of Texas, I wish she would have filed adultery for the basis of her divorce.
Oh, Elizabeth, I like the way you think. But I think I already know the answer to one of those questions, and that is the name that she released of the baby is Louis, after Louis Armstrong, Louis Bardo Bullock. So it seems to me that she is adopting alone. Now, let's go back out to David Kaplan, senior editor at People magazine. It sounds like from the legal filings that if Jesse James, her soon-to-be ex-husband, has any rights of visitation, any visitation at all, it will be through her decision, her kindness, so to speak. Not that he has any legal claim on seeing little Louis.
Absolutely. She really holds the cards here, and she even tells people that she does want, at some point, Jesse to have a role in Louis's life. In fact, she tells people that she wants Louis to one day know how Jesse is as a dad, how she became to know Jesse. One day, not now, but at some point. So she does want him in his life.
Out to the lines, Teresa, North Carolina. Hi, Teresa.
Hey, Nancy.
Hi, dear.
I've got a year to get through, and I love the twins, and I love your haircut. You're beautiful, and you are an angel.
Not true, but thank you. What do you think about this with Sandra Bullock? All these people were calling in saying, oh, she's gone into hiding because she's embarrassed. She doesn't want to show her face. I don't know her except on screen, but that never seemed to jive with me. She had nothing to be embarrassed for. Now we learn that as soon as she found out about Jesse James womanizing, and I'm putting that euphemistically, Teresa, North Carolina, she packed up just a few things of hers, all the baby's things. She's had the baby in the home since January, and she skedaddled. She left and has been living in a life of seclusion to keep the baby away from prying eyes and also trying to protect Jesse James's children. Teresa, what was your question?
Did she receive the baby newborn? I mean, as soon as it was born, when it's what I'm wondering. And another thing, she has nothing to be embarrassed about. She did nothing. Now she is showing the world she has class. That's the way every woman should treat a situation like this, with class.
Well, and she has epitomized that, and I always said from the get-go, Teresa, North Carolina, it's like a swan marrying a pig. It's just against the laws of nature. David Kaplan, how old is the baby boy, Louis Bardo Bullock?
Louis, who she refers to as her little man, is 3.5 months old, and she's been raising him since January. So you do the math, and he was fresh from the start when she got him. So he was definitely newborn.
So wait, he's 3.5 months old right now,
Yeah.
and she's had him since January.
Correct.
Then you're right. You know, you got your degree in mathematics, apparently, not journalism. Yeah, she got him right when he came into the world,